The Strait of Gibraltar, known to the ancient Greeks and Romans as the Pillars of Hercules, is a narrow channel that connects the Atlantic Ocean with the Mediterranean Sea. This small sea channel passes through the core of the world's two major continents, the minimum distance between which is only 13 kilometers. At this point, Africa and Europe come so close that if you stand on one side and look at it, you can easily see the other continent. But so far, no bridge has been built to connect them. Numerous proposals have been made over the past several decades to connect the two continents by land. This route is quite important because it can serve to connect the population of 450 million in the European Union and 1.5 billion in Africa. This will have a huge impact on the economies of both continents. Trade will increase, transportation will improve, and tourism will also increase significantly. But the question is, when there are so many benefits, why has no bridge been built on the Strait of Gibraltar yet? Welcome once again to EuroTV Videos. The Strait of Gibraltar connects two important water bodies, the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. This strait is a mere 57 kilometers long, while its width between Spain's Tarifa and Morocco's Sires Point is only 8 miles or 13 kilometers. And when it comes to depth, the average depth of the entire strait is about 1,200 feet or 365 meters. This strait may seem small in appearance, but its importance is immense, as it is a natural passage between the Mediterranean and the Atlantic Ocean. In contrast, if we look at the Suez Canal, this man-made canal provides a route for ships between the Red Sea and the Mediterranean. The width of the Suez Canal is very narrow, creating a constant risk of full-size ships getting stuck. The Strait of Gibraltar provides an open route for large cargo ships, due to which the number of ships passing through here is also quite high. 20,000 ships pass through the Suez Canal every year, 14,000 through the Panama Canal, and an astonishing more than 100,000 ships pass through the Strait of Gibraltar annually. Many cargo vessels bring valuable goods from the Western Hemisphere to the Middle East, Africa, and Europe, while some also cross the Suez Canal to Asia and China. Similarly, ships from the Middle East to Western Europe or the United States also use the Strait of Gibraltar. And since the Strait of Gibraltar is close to fossil fuel-rich countries, oil vessels passing through it is a daily routine. According to a report, nearly 300 oil vessels pass through the strait daily, with a total worth of billions of dollars. The Strait of Gibraltar is a crucial trading route for the global market, and because of this, the livelihoods of nearby communities are also connected to it. Spain's Algeciras port, which is the largest shipping port in Europe, and Morocco's Tangier port are also rapidly expanding. Considering the financial benefits from trade and tourism, many people wonder why a bridge has not yet been built to connect these two parts of the world. It's not that the idea hasn't been considered. Since 1979, several feasibility studies and proposals have been put forward. However, there are certain challenges that make building a bridge here quite difficult. First of all, let's talk about the costing of this bridge. According to estimates, the cost of building a bridge on the Strait of Gibraltar could range from $5 billion to $20 billion because this bridge will be quite difficult compared to other major bridges in the world. First, any bridge that has to be built here must be designed in such a way that even the world's largest ships can easily pass through it from below. This is easy to say, but perhaps quite difficult to do. We will discuss why this is difficult later, but who will bear the cost of $5 to $20 billion? Clearly, the countries benefiting from the Strait of Gibraltar will have to cover this expense, namely Spain and Morocco. However, to this day, the political leadership of both countries has never reached an agreement. Spain argues that Morocco will benefit more from the bridge, so it should bear a larger share of the cost. Meanwhile, Morocco's leadership insists that the cost should be split 50-50. The second issue is the feasibility of the bridge. How beneficial will it be after construction? For example, if we look at the Channel Tunnel between the UK and France, it cost around $14.5 billion to build. However, more than 20 million passengers use this tunnel every year. A passenger can travel from the UK to France for £121, or approximately $150, meaning the tunnel generates nearly $30 billion in revenue annually. That's more than double its construction cost. Similarly, even if a bridge is built over the Strait of Gibraltar, will it generate enough revenue to recover its cost easily? This is viewed with skepticism because Morocco is a country with a GDP of only $130 billion. If a bridge costing $5 billion is built here and a minimum fee of $20 is set, then, while the Channel Tunnel between the UK and France is used by 20 million passengers annually, the Gibraltar Bridge would need to be used by 250 million passengers per year to recover its cost, which is quite an unrealistic number. The next issue is the construction of the bridge. As you know, the Strait of Gibraltar is a very busy route for ships. Keeping this in mind, a bridge would need to be built in a way that does not disrupt this traffic. This means the bridge would have to be extremely tall, which poses a significant challenge for engineers. The average depth of the Strait of Gibraltar is around 1,200 feet, but in some places it exceeds 3,000 feet, deeper than even the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. Until now, the world's largest bridge pillars have been built in the Milo Viaduct Bridge, with a height of only 1,104 feet. So, constructing pillars over 3,000 feet tall in the Strait of Gibraltar, especially underwater, is a task that engineers are highly concerned about. On top of that, the water currents here are not uniform. At the ocean bottom, the water flows from east to west, while on the surface it moves from west to east. This means that if such tall pillars are built, they will have to withstand water pressure from both directions. But the biggest threat to this bridge would not come from the world's tallest underwater pillars, but rather from the Earth's tectonic plates. Yes, the Earth's crust is made up of different sections called tectonic plates, which are constantly moving. Where these plates meet, earthquakes are very common. Unfortunately, the Strait of Gibraltar sits right where the African and Eurasian plates collide. This means that even if a bridge is built here, the consequences could be disastrous. In this region, avoiding earthquakes is only a matter of time. In 1755, the Lisbon earthquake struck with a magnitude of 8.5 to 9 on the Richter scale, causing massive devastation in Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. Similarly, in 1960, the Agadir earthquake, with a magnitude of 5.7, brought destruction to Agadir and other parts of Morocco. This means that building a bridge over the Strait of Gibraltar would not only require it to withstand the high currents of the Atlantic Ocean, but also endure earthquakes of magnitude 9 or even 10. Along with all these risks, the ocean floor of the Strait of Gibraltar is also unstable. Researchers believe that there are soft clay layers beneath the strait that cannot support any structure. These soft clays can easily shift during geological activity or under any kind of pressure. Geologists have warned that any construction project in this area could fail disastrously due to these clay channels. However, this does not mean that the two continents cannot be connected in any way. Several alternatives have been proposed, such as an underwater tunnel passing beneath the ocean floor, similar to the Channel Tunnel between the UK and France. However, this would significantly increase the project's cost, raising questions about its feasibility. On the other hand, Spain and other European Union countries believe that building a tunnel or bridge could lead to a surge in refugees and illegal immigrants entering Europe, making it difficult to control. These are the key reasons why, despite the short distance between the two continents, no bridge has been built over the Strait of Gibraltar to this day. Hopefully, you will also like and share this Euro TV video to the fullest. A big thank you for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.